Scott, what is it about Maidstone United at home that seems to give us these wins? It's 3 on the bounce now here at Arthur Park against them, a 1-0 win over them today. Edon Pruti, with the winner, I could get that correct. How do you feel now after what's been a long run without a win, to now finally, as you've already said to me, get that monkey off your back? How relieved are you now to finally get that win?
Yeah, it's a really difficult one for myself because it does completely consume you. It's been a really, really difficult 2 months in terms of my footballing life, thinking, are we doing things wrong? Am I making wrong decisions? Am I picking the wrong personnel? Is it the lads underperforming? There's so many things that go through your head, and by hook or by crook, we needed to just get that monkey off our back, like you said, and just get a win. And I didn't realise it was our 3rd win in a row against Maidstone at home. I knew that we'd obviously beaten them last season, but yeah, to beat a club like them 3 times in a row at home is extra special. They're obviously a big football club in our division, so I think the spirit that the boys showed today, the willingness to sort of defend our box at times, because they did have us under pressure at times by loading the ball into our box, set pieces, but I thought to a man, I thought the boys were absolutely superb from sort of front to back. Charlie made a couple of great saves. You look at the impact that Bayliss and Edon have had. I'm not going to speak about myself because I don't need to. I don't need praise. But in terms of the boys that I'm playing at the back with, I thought they were absolutely immense. And then Edon pops up with a great header. He headed it like he meant it, and it's something that we've sort of spoken about recently. We've got a lot of height in our team now. I think the other important thing we've got is 2 left-footed players on that side. So just distances and clearances, it certainly helps. I could go through the whole team just in terms of their work rate today. It wasn't pretty at times. We simplified it. We told the boys not to overplay. We wanted to sort of almost try and suffocate Maidstone as best as we could and play direct and make it a second ball game. And I thought we did that in large spells very well. But yeah, we just needed to find that win, and unfortunately we've got it.
Yeah, it was a difficult start as well again, which has been sort of a theme for Slough for a little while now, but it felt towards the end of that first half, the last 10-15 minutes, it felt like there was some real momentum starting to build, and maybe the first half probably came at the wrong time.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think we would have taken going in 0-0 at half-time. It's something that we've probably not done in a while. I'd have to think back, I'm not sure. But it's the first goal that we've scored in a game, I think, since Hampton, which is a long time. And when you get the first goal in a game, it allows you to manage the game and hopefully try and see the game out. We've always been chasing the game, and I think for people that know football, people that play football, when you have to try and get yourselves back into the match, you leave yourselves open at times. And I think that's probably where we've been over the recent weeks. Probably a little bit of my eagerness to try and go and win the match as well. There's 3 times I think that I can think of at Tunbridge, Hemel, Weston, where we've got back to 1-1, and we've basically put our foot down and tried to go and win it. But realistically, draws were no good. But I take responsibility for that, no problem. But I'm just delighted for the boys. I'm delighted for the fans who obviously supported us throughout the whole time with not winning in a long spell. It's been really, really tough. I can say that now that we've won. I question myself, like I said. The staff have sat down with myself as well, and we've had some really good conversations. But I think we've got a really good squad. I think we've got really good balance to the team now. We've obviously lost a few players to bring a few players in, and I'm really pleased with what we've got. You add Guy Hollis back to the mix as well, then it just strengthens that back line even more.
You already mentioned his name, of course, Charlie Horlock. I think probably the save right at the end in injury time for me was the outstanding one. But for you, how important was he today? Yeah,
Charlie's been consistent all season. We've conceded a lot of goals. Can Charlie do much about them? No. There's been a couple that he's kind of held his hands up for in sort of like recent weeks, but overall, Charlie's never let us down, and he made a great save, I think, down to his right-hand side, if that's one that you're thinking about, and I'm just thinking, please, just get down to it and tip it around the post, and he did. We wanted to try and limit them to nothing today, and I think we've sort of limited them to, very little. There wasn't really too many clear-cut chances. There was a few scrambles in the box, but they do what we tried to do today, and they probably tried to suffocate us by making us defend, put balls into our area, but I thought we stood up to it really well, and I'm just over the moon. I feel so relieved. The boys deserve that because they've worked so hard. They've not shirked hard work. They've not turned up to games meaning to lose. We've been through a tough spell. I think I looked at it last night after Truro in 2 weeks' time. We've played the top 11 and then I think 2 teams outside of that in our last 13 games. So it's just the way the fixtures have fallen. I think after that, people would say we've got a kinder run. So fingers crossed we can pick up some points over the next few weeks, and then going into the sort of latter end of the season. So yeah, I'm just pleased. I think I can sleep tonight for the first time for a long time on Saturday night. The boys celebrated it in there like it really meant something to them. We've got an honest group, which I've said for the last two and a bit years. And I'm just pleased that the fans have stuck with us, because I know it's disappointing and there's been a lot of things said, and I've seen tweets and this, that and the other, and score predictions for today and everything, and no one believed in us. So listen, hopefully the ones that doubted us will go home tonight and be pleased.
Just a quick mention as well for a favourite former Rebel who also was here this afternoon in Temi Aweka. Did you manage to speak to him at all after the game?
He actually FaceTimed me last night. So I speak to Temi 2-3 times a week. It's probably a bit of a weird situation with me being a manager, but you've got to realise these lads are my friends as well. So I'll stay friends with the boys that have left. We left on really good terms. He's had an excellent season for Maidstone. I thought he was good today. But Temi's Temi, and I know that he's had a really good month with them, getting player of the month. So, no, listen, we wish every single player that leaves us, we wish them well, just not when they play against us. So he's a friend of all of ours, and like I said, I thought he'd done well today.
And you've mentioned as well it was the first appearance of your young daughter Millie today. Will we be seeing the potential lucky charm at regular games?
Well, I hope she might have to come to St Albans now. So no, it was a last minute thing that my wife's family were coming to the game and she didn't want to miss out. So I was a bit reluctant to bring her, a little bit cold. But yeah, I felt quite emotional at the end, if I'm honest. I feel extremely blessed to have obviously brought a daughter into the world in the past few weeks, and she's been my sort of saving grace when I get home from football and the results haven't been great. But yeah, tonight I'm going to go home and celebrate with a gyrosh and hopefully a few cuddles on the sofa.
And we finally then look forward to a very quick turnaround, of course. St Albans City again on Tuesday, away from home. Another tough fixture. They're a side that are obviously fighting down in the bottom half of the table, but it's got to be a game I would imagine now we're looking positively at.
Yeah, I think we can go into that with a little bit of confidence that we've got a bit of belief from today's result. I think the one thing I would say is, someone asked me a question the other day, who's the best team we've played this year? And I think St Albans were right up there. I thought they were superb when they came here. So there's no easy games. There's so many good teams in this division now. I was looking back at the league table from sort of 5-6 years ago, and you could pick 5 or 6 teams in the league where you go, do you know what, we can pick up points there. I don't think it's like that anymore. You only have to look at the results today. I think Western have gone and beaten Bournemouth away from home, which no one would have predicted. We've beaten Maidstone today, which no one would have predicted. So it is topsy-turvy. Anyone can spring a surprise on anyone. So we're not going to underestimate St Albans. I think they're a really good footballing team. They've got a new manager that's got bags of experience. But we'll have to pick the right team. We might have to freshen it up a little bit. I think the boys today really gave their all. So some of them might be a little bit leggy, but we'll see how they are over the next sort of 48 hours. But like you said, it's a game that we can go into and look forward to. We set a target for the 2 games this week, Saturday, Tuesday, and we're on course to hopefully go and get that. So we'll make sure everyone's ready and recovered, and hopefully we can go there and make it a positive day.
Brilliant. Thank you, Scott, and congratulations on today's win, and we'll see you on Tuesday away at St Albans.
Cheers, Con, thanks.